Okay.
We can.
We don't have to. All right.
Welcome to episode 30. We're back, people.
30. Hey, we in our 30s too.
Bring them. Oh, you ain't about to be.
I'm excited about being in my 30s, unlike this one here.
I was excited when I was 30, but once my knee started acting up, it's just.
Woo. I ain't gonna lie, it do take a little bit more to get it started though.
Man.
You gotta wake up and be like, all right, bro, time to get up. Gotta get up.
That coffee fuels me now. I've never thought I'd be a coffee person.
I don't drink coffee. I'm on a natural high though. I don't drink coffee.
No, I need that to get to my natural high.
I'm about to say it's the jump off, but that ain't it. We don't want to say that.
Please don't. I'm not. No. That part of my life is.
Talk about your 20s. All right. What's going on today, AB?
This is basically our sports episode of everything that's been happening since the quarantine and the shutdown and the COVID-19, how some old people be saying the COVID-19 or 20, whatever version it's on.
Man, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Like,
Man, it has been a while, please.
We haven't seen each other in a long time, and it's been a lot happening. We missed out on March and the madness of March.
This may be the first time that I haven't been able to watch it in my life.
Because I shuts down my whole life. I shuts it down.
March Madness is gone. I was a little depressed about that at first. I think I cried a couple nights to sleep.
He cried.
But I got through it.
I'm not gonna lie, I knew that it was real. When they shut down sports, I was like, bruh, this is real.
Yeah, once they shut down sports, I was like, okay, all right.
They shut it down.
Let me stay in the house.
So, let me stay in the house. Yes, I wonder, like, when they shut it down, I felt real bad for the students. I felt like, man, some of these kids were really killing it and doing well in the tournament before, like, to get to the tournament. So, yeah. I was concerned about them, and I wonder how they feel about everything.
Yeah.
And how it's going to impact, them moving forward.
You can only just feel for them because they did all their work to get to that big tournament, to maybe rise up on their draft stock and all of that, and then boom, virus shuts all that down.
Finito.
It's a little humbling experience, too, when you think about it.
It is. I will say this, though. I mean, some of them will get that extra year back. So that's a blessing in disguise too. Like, we have a few seniors that ran track. Mm-hmm. They're gonna get an extra year, so it's like a start over.
Okay.
It sucks that you may not make it back to the tournament, but you get an extra year to try again.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the little sliver of hope and happiness in that little situation. But I feel real bad for our high schoolers more than anybody else because they're basically trying to prove themselves right now. And I mean, that's what the recruiters look at, their film. And for them not to have a full season, I feel bad for them.
There's no state tournament, no state championship, none of that.
Nothing.
Just holiday.
So they just gonna have to go off of what they did previously.
Just think about ours. Like, think about if Dunbar, them years they won state, if they weren't able to do that.
Yeah.
Man, they'll change a lot of people's life. That's crazy.
But what's crazy though? Their catalog though, like their reputation will carry them.
Yeah.
That's why it's important. That's why it's important for you to be putting in your best and your max effort across the board all the way throughout your whole time being there, because your catalog speaks for itself. Your film speaks for itself.
Teach them something, coach.
I'm just saying,
Preach to them.
I'm just saying. But yeah.
Preach to them!
Since we're talking about, moving on to higher things and bigger things, what about this draft? How you feel about the NFL draft, man?
It was hilarious to watch. That's
hilarious. Hilarious.
I know we have nothing else sports related to watch, but just seeing that and everything go on, especially watching the girlfriends be so extra.
Petty.
Y'all act like y'all done hit the lotto. Y'all not getting drafted. Y'all might not even make it through minicamp.
Them girls was really like, he's mine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time. They had locked him down in the video.
The funniest one to me was when the mama yanked up that white girl so fast. I ain't never seen like she
locked the elbows on her.
Once you a mama and you them elbows locked, you're not going nowhere. That's where he got them football skills from the mama. Them elbows locked up, you finna go. You gone. You're not going nowhere. Get out the camera.
Man, I felt like the girlfriends were definitely trying to show out because they were on camera.
Of course.
And then I also feel like this was a big draft for receivers.
It was.
Like, I don't remember seeing a draft that was this packed with good receivers like this. Like,
true. I'm happy with the Cowboys picks.
CD.
This was the first time they actually did a full, complete draft with good picks. So.
And they signed some great players as well.
Shout out to my Cowboys.
Shout out to Cowboys.
They're messing up with Dak though. Y'all, man, if y'all don't pay that man, why you ain't paying him? You pay Romo.
They paid Romo without even seeing what else he could do.
His old self. They should. Oh.
I like Romo. I ain't gonna lie. At first, it took me a little while to get warmed up to Romo, but I mean, he's good when he's good, and he's off when he's off.
Exactly.
But I liked Romo overall. But I love Dak. I feel like nobody could have just came in and did what he did. Like, exactly. It's like he was almost built for the Cowboys system, and he was ready to go as a rookie. Like, I don't think people realize he really didn't have a rookie year. Like, it was like you starting.
I was watching him in college, and the big games that he had were against the better teams. Even though they really didn't win those games, that wasn't more on his play. It was on, like, his team at the time with him not having that much talent.
Yeah.
But I've been liking Dak since Mississippi State, so.
Yeah. But you know what makes me angry, though, is the fact that they praise his name. They always be like, he's a great athlete. He's our franchise quarterback. But when it came down to them paying him, they're like, well, he didn't win a lot of big games. They start bringing up all the negative stuff that they could come up with because it was hard to come up with some negative stuff about Dak. Dak is the most solid, I don't even know what other word to use. Like, he's solid.
His stats are top tier since he's been in the league. He's top 3 or 5 in everything you can, like, look at. So I don't understand. Pay the man.
Pay that man. And he good off the field. That's the thing that people not really, like, taking into account.
It's because he's black.
It's because, really it is because he's black. We're not even gonna lie. We ain't even got to whisper. It's because he's black. It's because he's black. And he's a quarterback, and y'all don't want to pay that man.
Exactly.
And I feel like they trying to make Patrick Mahomes take a discount too on the low key, but we're gonna wait to see how that pan out. But
they better not. That boy got Super Bowl.
I think they trying to plant them seeds of, you know, take a discount because you want to keep your team. Like, I feel like they planting seeds.
Don't do that.
I want him to run it up.
Right.
Run it all the way up.
He's running up.
You got a ring.
Another thing with the Dak thing, they keep releasing all these crazy numbers that he's turning down. But why they ain't released the guarantee money?
They ain't said nothing about the guarantee money.
Nothing about the guarantee. This is the first time in all my years of living they ain't released what they offered in guaranteed money.
Yes.
So, there's some little shady stuff going on.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. I never agree with Stephen A. Smith. Like, I never agree with Stephen A. Smith. But this is the one time I really agree with him. He's like, bruh, like, they haven't released any of the numbers. We really don't know what they offered at all. Exactly. And we don't even know what Dak is asking for.
Exactly.
But they keep saying he's asking for the moon and the stars. But I was like, regardless, we need a quarterback. They need to pay him. And then they're going to go get Andy Dalton.
Well, he from here. Andy.
I love Andy. No, don't get me wrong. I like Andy, but I feel like the Cowboys did that as a muscle move. Like, oh, if you don't want to play, we got somebody, a good backup that can play.
Yeah.
I mean, it's smart. Touche. It's smart. But they still trying to hold my boy Dak, though. I don't appreciate it. Don't appreciate it at all.
True that.
What you think about the other picks for, like, the Eagles and, like,
I don't pay attention. We don't talk about those people.
We don't talk about those people.
We don't talk about the Eagles. We don't talk about the Giants either. There's 2 teams we don't talk about.
Oh yeah, we don't like the Giants because we're Cowboys fans.
Yeah, we don't. All Eagles fans got eczema. Nah, I don't.
Y'all need some calamine lotion. No. But I do think it's interesting how everybody's trying to tarnish my boy Dak's reputation, much like they're doing with Michael Jordan. I feel like Michael
That's why I love this documentary so much. After watching all of this, you cannot say he's not the GOAT. I don't care
At
what
all.
you say. You cannot say he's not the
He
GOAT.
is the GOAT.
You can't. There's no way you put it back. Yeah, he lost before Scotty got there, but he was getting beat by a Hall of Fame team.
Yes.
Not Hall of Fame players, Hall of Fame teams. These are like some of the best teams ever assembled that he was losing to.
The Bad Boy Pistons wasn't no joke.
Them
Like,
dudes playing football on the hardwood.
they were MMA fighters. For real. I respect they hustle, but they were MMA fighters. Like,
that's why I respect Jordan. Like, you
Man.
still trying to hoop. After that first time you hit me, I'm swinging. You're not finna just hit me like that.
the
Like,
South Side coming out of all of me. Like,
Cause Echo Heights and just start swinging. I can't do it. Nah.
because they was real life beating him. Like,
Yeah.
he was driving to the paint and they was like, psh,
And
like,
they
knock him
didn't
down.
get no fines or nothing.
Mm-mm.
Like, the Jordan rules was really force him to go. Don't let him go middle. If you do, knock him out.
knock him out. Making you punish him for every little step he takes.
That's crazy.
Like, that's why I feel like whenever they compare the Bulls to like Golden State, I'm like, you can't compare the two because the league was completely different.
Completely.
Like, way different. And Michael Jordan, I would say, is the GOAT.
He is.
He's the GOAT. And I don't feel like... LeBron is cool. Don't get me wrong. I respect LeBron. I respect everything that he's done on and off the court. And I think that he's a great player, but I feel like Michael is the GOAT because he has killer instinct. And, like, he's the only man that I know that make up stuff in his head that you probably said just to make himself more upset at you to go kill you. Then.
Him and Shaq are the only two players
Shaq
I've
too.
seen like admit that, like, hey, I made up this rumor in my head to go play hard.
Just so I can play
"All right."
harder. It's interesting. I'm like, when he said that in the documentary, I was like, Michael, you got voices? You got voices in here? What's going on?
That's why I like the whole documentary. Like, this is the best one they've done. Like, it humanizes him. You see some of his flaws, but you see his drive to go win. And if you can't take nothing from that, there's something wrong with you.
I think my favorite thing about the Last Dance documentary on ESPN, we're going to plug that for y'all. So y'all go check it out.
Since we're doing plugs, shout out to Light and Truth. We see y'all, we repping y'all.
Our friends have shirts. Y'all go follow them on Light and Truth.
Yeah.
Apparel.
Get lit
on Instagram. But anyway, my favorite thing about this whole documentary is the fact that he was being honest and like letting us in, because Michael didn't have to do that. He'd been selling shoes for forever. He'd been selling everything. He's been the GOAT, so he didn't really have to do this. But
you see that house that's in the
man,
he ain't gotta do nothing.
He don't gotta do nothing. But I do love the fact that he showed us parts of his teammates' story, like Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. Like,
he ain't have to include none of them.
None of them, yeah. But when you talk about the Bulls, you got to.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that we got to get a piece of their story, and I can't wait till they have their own documentary.
Yeah.
My only issue with Michael, which has been my issue from the beginning, is I wish he was more like LeBron when it comes to speaking up on social issues. I feel like Michael has so much influence, and if we want to change stuff, we do need to vote, and we do need to be active in in politics.
Yeah.
Even though some of us may not understand it, we need to educate each other more on it. But I wish that Michael would have spoken up more.
Some people just not made that way. But I wish he would have too.
I get that. Yeah. You said you feel like some people aren't built like that?
Some people ain't built like that. Like, for him, it was all, I'm hooping. He was like, I'm support the dude. I'm sending some money. But him just speaking out about it, some people not built for that.
I think the issue came when he said Republicans buy Nikes too.
Yeah, which was a joke. It was a bad joke. Yes.
It was a very bad joke and very bad timing. But that made it look real bad. Like, he just didn't care. He just cared about his money. And it's like, I mean, who are we to say what was in his head at that time? But I really feel like that's probably the one thing.
Especially in the 90s, too, the Democrats was just as racist as the Republicans.
True.
If we being honest. But that's...
I don't think very much has changed when it comes to politics too much. But, I mean, yeah, that was my one bugaboo.
Yeah, that's about it, yeah.
But we got to talk about this, though. I think that it's important to tell people, especially if you're an athlete or if you're in the public eye, people going to love you for what you can do, but But the minute you mess up, especially if you're a minority or if you're black,
find one little thing.
One thing, they're gonna harp on that, and just every time you do something, they're gonna refer back to that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the fact that they kept talking about him gambling, and I'm like, I get it. For some of you, gambling is a bad thing. For some people, they love to do it. Like my mama is an avid, she avid gambler. She likes to go to WinStar.
Really?
So,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me
My
on my
granny
end,
used to play bingo all the time. She
Bingo.
used to be all them dollars. She get it.
Yes, I'm not a gambler. Because
Me
let
neither.
me tell you something. I want to know what return I'm going to get. Like, I need my money on time. Like, I can't.
The times I've been to the casino in Vegas, I spent $20 and I'm hurt.
Yeah, I really, really, really can't do with the gambling. But
No.
anyway, I don't like the way the media straight up flipped on Michael.
Especially when his dad died. They were
Yeah.
trying to say that he owed some money. And I'm like, what?
Do y'all know how much this man is worth?
What?
I was like, so y'all trying to say that he owed somebody money, so they killed his dad for that? How mean is that? Like, how horrible is that? The man is mourning his father's death. Somebody murdered his father.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he just died of natural causes.
Yes.
Like, but that's a lesson to all y'all. If they'll do it to the goat, they'll do it to you too. So you got to protect yourself and make sure you making smart moves. Be yourself from the beginning. Don't be trying to, put on for people, and be prepared for the backlash, because they're gonna always try to find something negative
Because
to say. It's coming, and you got to know who you are and stay grounded in who you are whenever that stuff happens, because people gonna lie to you.
That's when you got to trust your circle.
Please build a good circle, though. No circles with yes men. You can't have yes men in your circle.
Try to weed out the haters too, because
They be hating. The haters be this close to you.
man, you don't even know.
They be this close to you.
Waiting to snitch or do something. Take your spot. That's all they try to do.
Speaking of circles, though, how do you feel about the way Michael, I guess, motivated his teammates? If that's the word we want to use.
Now,
Michael was on that.
playing me when I was playing, I wouldn't have a problem with it as long as it don't get physical. That's when I gotta bust your head open. But now coaching me now, I was like, you need that person on the team. You need at least one person that's gonna call everybody out. But once it gets physical, or you can tell it's like hurting the other players, that's when you gotta make sure you pull it back. That's why Phil Jackson the best person to handle all that.
Phil is dope. He was a great coach.
Yeah.
And still is. My thing with Michael when it came to motivating his teammates, I feel like he was a little unorthodox. At times, he would just do stuff just to mess with them.
Yeah.
And I get that, but it's like, it seemed like he was just on 30 every day. Like, he ain't let up at all. Like,
I can't. He got 6 chips, so
I mean, I get it, but people were saying in the media that it was bullying, and I was like, I just want to know your mentality on that.
in today's world is bullying, but like I said, if I'm coaching, I need somebody like that.
Yeah, I feel bad for like Horace, because he used to say, they said that one time he was like, he can't eat. He told the flight attendant he can't eat because he didn't play well. Now, Michael, you're taking it too far if you're taking food out the man's mouth. Like, I just be like, I was watching that like, dang, that's disrespectful.
I mean, hey, I done told players they don't need no water. You ain't doing nothing out there. You don't need no water. What you
I
need
need
water
some
for?
water. You want to pass out?
Take them to Remember the Titans.
Yeah,
Water's for cowards.
Water's for cowards.
Water makes you weak.
Shout out to Denzel Washington, the greatest to ever do it. Speaking of goats,
Man.
but okay, what would you say is the best part, or not the best part? What would you say is the whole meaning for the whole documentary? Like, let's wrap that up. Like, what do you think? Why do you feel like now was the time for him to put it out?
The reason why he put it out, when he told him he wanted to do it, is when LeBron just came down from 3-1 and they beat the Warriors and all that, which he was like, I'm finna show y'all who the true GOAT is.
Yeah.
That's why he did it. But
In
it's
your
been a
opinion?
long time coming.
In your opinion?
Because it was the summer right after they won it, so that's what everybody's saying. I don't know. But
You know what? I have a little weird theory too. You know, LeBron is supposed to be recording Space Jam.
yeah. And Space Jam supposed to come out next year, yeah.
Space Jam's supposed to come out next year. And we living in a real life Space Jam moment. Like, if you haven't seen Space Jam, you need to go watch it, because what we going through right now is Space Jam.
Hey.
Space Jam. But anyway, I think that Michael is good at social media, and he don't even know it.
Yeah.
Like, he don't even probably use social media like that.
He got a meme for every time he just really on it.
Yeah. And all of his kids are working for the brand too.
Really?
So, they work.
See, I know that.
They work for Nike. For those of you who didn't know what Jordan was, they're Nikes. Thank you.
A lot of people didn't know that.
A lot of people didn't know that though. Some people don't wear sneakers. Nah, but yeah, they work for Nike, so I'm sure that they have their hands in it too.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to keep their daddy. I mean, not keep him relevant, but keep him relevant.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I wish they would have put a little more highlight on the kids too. They might do that, but the pressure that was on them kids when they was playing basketball, it was bad.
I wouldn't have wanted to be Michael's child.
Nah, I'm finna try to play something that's not. I would play baseball. I would try to play baseball.
Oh, how did you feel about that though?
What, him
Michael going to play baseball?
When I was a kid, I was distraught. Like, I'm hurt.
Do you remember where you were when Michael retired? When Michael retired?
I just remember my dad telling me, he was like, I'm trying to watch the Bulls. He was like, Michael Jordan playing baseball. Baseball? I knock all this stuff off talking about baseball.
See, and I loved it because I'm a softball player. That was my first sport. My family, we're all like basketball and baseball, softball.
After I found out how much baseball players make, I was like, I should have played baseball.
See, my mama was smart putting us in those sports.
Yes.
But, I mean, it really wouldn't have done much for me since we don't have a league. Yes, but, that's neither here nor there.
They sure don't have a softball league.
It just sucks. Anyway, I will say this too. I love the fact that they touched on how the shoes merged the culture and fashion together. Mm-hmm. That was huge. I'm like, that is still relevant today. Like, the way that everybody rocked their J's, like, it just was.
And what's funny is he really don't even listen to hip hop. He don't listen to jazz and the old school stuff.
And smoking his cigars.
Could you imagine like somebody like just reciting like Anita Baker in their head while they busting your ass for 60 points? Like, no, I need you to listen to some gangster stuff. You're gonna just be killing me on the court like this.
It's poetry in motion. He ain't need all that.
Man, gotta be.
I think that's so dope. What do you feel like is gonna be next for the culture after this documentary?
We ain't got nothing.
What you mean? Don't say that. Yes, we do.
I'm talking about sports-wise. Sports-wise, we ain't got nothing. NBA may come back, so we got that.
I don't think the NBA coming back this year.
Nah, they are.
Okay.
They pushing it hard.
Yeah.
They pushing it hard.
So you think NBA is coming back in the summer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards middle of the end.
Okay. And what about
LeBron somehow winning? I'm pretty sure.
It's good for the story of the NBA.
Yeah.
They're narrators. They're movie makers. The NBA is movie makers.
Who you telling?
They are directors.
You can't write this stuff that they do. Well, you could because they do.
They do. We can't write it, but they do. We don't write it. They do. We already know what's gonna happen. So
yeah.
What about the NFL?
They so money hungry. They'll make their own island to play their games.
They got the money. They be like, we're going to not Firefest. They gonna go to the island where Firefest was supposed to be.
They close it off. They can make sure they get them NFL dollars.
Yeah, the NFL ain't playing no games with they TV deals and stuff. They got to get their monies, so they gonna definitely have a season.
Man,
I think that training camp probably gonna be a little delayed.
They may increase injuries when they do this. So I don't know.
I know one thing. I'm mad at the fact that the owners feel like the players should have pay cuts. How about y'all got all the money? Take your pay cut first.
Right.
And then if it keeps going, take away from the players.
Cut your slice out of it.
You don't need a
already
slice.
not getting paid what they're supposed to be getting paid.
You got the whole pie. Yeah. Like, it's good that this happened to a sport that gets paid regardless. Unlike football, they get paid like we get paid weekly. They get paid per game. Like,
you don't show up, you don't get paid.
You don't get paid. It's not guaranteed money like that. You get guaranteed. Some people get guaranteed money, but I mean, not all players get guaranteed money. So I know that the NFL players are praying that it gets cleared up before, this quarantine has been.
It's been tough.
It's for me, quarantine hasn't been bad, but I do miss my sports stuff. That's a first world problem, but if I'm being honest, I miss sports. I almost cried for real. When I didn't have no March Madness.
I'll be watching the old games. Just
Do you?
Be watching. Like they brand new.
That was the Hardwood Classics.
Yeah.
My GM here watching TV like, oh, I remember that game, the Fab Five.
We watching all that old stuff. I don't care.
I do love sports, but we're gonna be fine, and eventually everything's gonna get back to a new. It's gonna get to a new normal, not back to normal. So something's got to give. See, I'm the optimistic one.
We're gonna revisit this in like 6 months because the way this stuff is looking right now.
Yeah, and the way the government just like saying everybody can open up and you can open up and you can open up, we're gonna be in this space for a while if we don't get it together, America.
I'm just looking. I'll take another stimulus check though.
See this glasses looking at the crib. You take a stimulus check.
I'll take another stimulus check though.
That was nice, but I mean, we need to be stimulated for the year, not just for the week.
Man.
I'm just saying.
If people that got real bills, they didn't.
I got real bills.
They didn't. I mean, but just whatever.
It didn't. That's a mortgage for one family.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, but it is what it is. We'll get back to some sense of normalcy soon, and sports will return, and then LeBron's gonna win the chip, and that's what they say. And who's gonna win? Your predictions. Who's going to win the NFL championship? Who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Cowboys.
Cowboys. I say that too.
I'm just gonna say Cowboys just because.
I want the Cowboys to win. Who would you like the Cowboys to play? That's a good question.
They need to play somebody that's good but not that good. Yeah.
You have so much faith.
I don't want them to play Kansas City because we're gonna get out coached.
Yeah.
Who else in the AFC? The Patriots, if they somehow.
They trash.
Nah, I don't want them. No.
Patriots trash.
What's another AFC team? Pittsburgh. We might have a good chance against Pittsburgh. You still might get out coached, but you know.
But you know that the NFL probably gonna cheat everybody too, so Tom Brady can win.
See this.
I ain't gonna lie. I remember exactly where I was when they said Gronk is back. I was so
I knew he was
live.
coming back.
I said Gronkowski. I don't like Tom Brady, but I'm a Gronkowski fan. So
That boy crazy.
he's crazy. That's a fun white boy. I like Gronk. But what you think Tampa Bay gonna do with what they got? They got a few weapons.
They gonna have some good offensive numbers, but if he ain't got no O line, and they beefed up the O line too.
Yeah, they got some pieces. We just gonna see what happens.
It's gonna be hopefully Brady don't get hurt. It'll be sad.
Wow, he just said it, huh?
Well, he old, so
He is old, but you know they don't let nobody touch him.
that's what I was wondering too. I was like, y'all ain't got no O line.
But ain't nobody gonna touch Tom.
What do you think about he ain't had that many Pro Bowl O line people?
Because nobody touches Tom Brady.
Like, how does that work?
If
Like somebody cheating.
If you touch the hem of his garment,
How you gonna never get hit?
You're gonna get a penalty.
And you don't have no Pro Bowls.
It's all good.
I ain't saying that now.
We gonna see what happens. But yeah, until next time, y'all.
Don't just be petty.
Be a friend.